Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm Gerald, and this is Tarot the Stash Way. I've got a banner for that. Welcome to Tarot the Stash Way. Just checking if you can hear us. Can you hear Jeffrey?
Hello, everybody.
Okay. Purple Elephant Deb H was here, and while the countdown was going on, was being
She can hear you now.
was being silly and saying, "I can't hear you yet." So it's all good. Notification popped. Thank you. So welcome to Tarot the Stash Way. Please welcome Jeffrey's voice.
Hello.
He is over there.
I'm glad to be here again.
Yes, thank you. Let's say hi to a few people, shall we? Let's shall. Jamie, Wandering Mountain Bardic Path is here.
Hello, Jamie. I'm glad you made it.
And did you see what she said? What? Smooch emoji, smooch emoji. Heather, Indigo Jaguar Intuitive Arts is here. And thank you for being here. And in fact, Heather and I are on Long Man Tarot on Friday.
Is that Indigo Jaguar?
Yes. And what?
I call her Igea.
Igea? Yeah. Igea, yeah. Igea, Jeffrey calls you Igea. Because
that's a lot to type.
Yes, it is. We're talking about challenging court cards or tricky court cards. Pamela is here. Hello, Pamela. And Lisa Rhodes. Hi, Lisa. And Purple Elephant, of course, is here. And yay. By the way, just for those of you who are keeping track, on Monday, next Monday, the 28th, I am hosting readings with Purple Elephant Deb H and Kelly from Dozen Cats Wellness on my channel. So I'm looking forward to that. And Lori Kramer is here. Hello, Lori. And Viviani, hello.
Viviani, Peter's here.
And Jeffrey's scrolling faster than me. So let me get caught up so Viviani can hear us both. Yep. Notification popped. Lorraine Morris is here. Peter J. Watts. Hey, Jeffrey does exist.
Yes. I'm a real boy.
I'm a real boy. All man, people. All man. Julie Cuccio Watts is here. Hello.
Yay.
And Jane the Seeker is here. And by the way, next Tuesday, I am with Jane the Seeker at 9:15 Eastern because it's Tuesdays with Tarot Stash exclusively on Jane the Seeker. Kathy is here. Tortoiseshell.
Oh, she's lurking.
Moon. And just catching up. Who's lurking? You're getting caught up. Rain is here. Rain's Kitchen and Garden.
Tortoiseshell Moon.
Oh, Heather is getting static. Are you all getting static? Kinda. I kind of like him and I kind of sing with him. Yes. Some. Hillary Hagstone is here. Hello, Hillary. And a wee bit of static. Do you want me to go back out and then come back in?
A wee bit.
A wee bit.
A smidge.
Let's see if that works. I'll be right back. All right. It helps if I actually go to the proper live. I went to yesterday's live. So this is the best I can do. Thank you. And Peter J. Watts, I thought you were hashtag garden work lurking. So anyhow, so we're here to talk about the Fool's Journey through the Minors. Yesterday, we did the Fool's Journey through the Swords and the Wands. Today, we're going to be more efficient, and we're going to go through the Cups and the Pentacles. If I go too quickly, let me know, but I'm not going to talk about the basic numerology because it's there. But I do want to talk briefly about the cups, or the suit associated with water.
Ooh, Lily.
Calla Lizzie is here. Hello. And so cups are associated with emotions, healing, psychic abilities, also have to do a lot with timing, intuition, and we I also, when I look at this around the wheel of the year, for me, cups are west and they are dusk. So they're there.
Timing, yeah.
So they're about timing. And
Autumn.
autumn, yes, say it a little louder, dear.
I was just reminding you.
He was reminding me, but y'all can hear him, so.
Not if I talk softly.
Yes, but then he drives me nuts. This is it, people. He does exist. So, all right. Thinking about what we talked about during basic numerology and through yesterday, we have the Ace of Cups. Thinking about the Ace of Cups, what do you with the association with the cups? Iridescent Sea Designs is here. Hello. When you think of the Ace of Cups, what do you think? Peter J. Watts said, I had a run-in with my wheelbarrow and I'm sitting a bit. Plus, this is way more entertaining.
Yay,
oh, man.
Thank you.
So, Regina's Tarot and Wirecraft said, hello, everyone. Gerald, your facial hair is a credit to the Empire. Yes. So, Jane the Seeker said, filled to overflowing. Yes. Ace of Cups, new feelings. Yes, Rain.
Just the beginning of feelings. That's just like you're beginning to emote. It can also be, for me anyhow, when I see this, you may be having some vivid dreams that you're remembering things that are coming to mind as you wake up, and it's like, oh, I remember that.
Oh yeah, that's yes. It is a new way of feeling. It's also a heart-opening experience. Your heart is starting to open. And as I think it was Jane who said, you're overflowing. So that is helpful.
You're open and receptive to new things.
Open and receptive to new things, yes. And I'm looking at my notes and I have open, receptive, open heart. Make sure you are a cup, not a sieve. So this is an important thing. Jonathan is here. Hello, Jonathan.
Hey, Jonathan.
Creative ideas beginning to overflow. Creative ideas that are emotionally inspiring overflow from you. Absolutely. I love that part of the dream when you want to go back and to sleep. Yeah, I love being in between. So, it can also be alcohol at times. Why, yes, it can.
It can literally be, liquid.
It can be liquid. It can be, sometimes it's a new healing that can happen. Maybe it's time to take a bath, take a special bath. What are you? He's laughing. Take a bath.
Yes,
You
that was me
stank.
today. It's like, oh, I need to take a shower.
So, new emotional beginning of some kind. Yes. So, so we have the Ace of Cups, and so from the Ace, we move to the Two of Cups. So when we move to the Two of Cups, this is where I like to think about it's the true beginning of healing because there is a coming together of those two cups. There is a new relationship, a beginning of that. It's also, it could be the healing of a relationship. So,
I think Two of Cups is also about a choice to be made. Again, you're presented like we talked with so
absolutely.
many twos. Is this going to be a good friendship? Are we going? Is it going to develop into further feelings? It's very
Mhm.
new and it's kind of exciting,
Yes.
but you have to make the choice. Where is this? And you may just spend time with a person and you know it's not going to go anywhere else. We met once. We're two ships passing in the night. We're at different places. It's that whole choice process.
Very, very true. So that two, again, choice, polarity. And again, twos are also the first step in manifestation. So it could be the beginning of that healing process. Rain said those new feelings from the ace start to blossom into a new partnership. Yes. This for me is very much when I look at the two of cups, it's about a partnership of some kind. It's the minor version of the lovers for me, and so oftentimes it is there's a togetherness, there's a give and take associated with it. And Jonathan said also the choice of loving yourself. Yes, yes, um,
Greatest love of all.
yes. And it's a healing union of opposites when two people they meet, they perhaps have a common ground, they have a similar experience, and they can share that, and it blends them together in a certain way.
Compatico, right?
Yes. Compatico. Calla Lizzie said joining forces. Yes, yes. So from the two where we had a choice, then we come to the three where we have a combining. And in the Three of Cups, what do you think the Three of Cups means? I'll ask that. Oh, I used your creamer for this one, and it's like, woo. Rain's Kitchen and Garden said, I see the Three of Cups as my tribe. Yes. Celebrating. Yes.
Yes.
Very much. Celebration. Well, I think you're cool too, Rain. So
Moscow Mule Cup.
Moscow Mule Cup, yes. With a mustache on it, holding iced coffee because I have some stuff to do later, Peter. So this is the card for me. Oh, and Kathy said creating something that brings joy. Yes.
It's a celebration. Yeah.
It's a celebration, and it could be it certainly could be the emotional joining of that. Purple Elephant Deb H said it can be a ritual or organized celebration. Yes. And Genealogy Junkie is here. Hello.
Yay. They I think of it, this is the beginning of that family that you're not necessarily related to that you choose.
Yes.
where you have like-minded people coming together, and that's a reason to celebrate it.
Yes. Yeah, that's something big I have on mine. This is shared minds and like ideas, people supporting each other. They don't all think the same thing, but they think along the same lines and they support each other and they stress that beauty. It's the high priestess marrying two women. It could also be the maid, mother, and the crone. Jonathan said, Three of Cups is all about finding your tribe, yourself in the other, and celebrating each other's victories.
Right.
Yes. Yes. Medium Betsy Palmer made it. Hello. Just watching Medium Betsy Palmer on Jonathan Daly's channel. They were doing readings this morning. So, and one of the things that I also like to think about is it's the simple joys in everyday life with that. Cindy C said some people say it means a third party. I don't read it that way, though maybe in reverse. Could be. I don't read reverses, and perhaps that's a Tear the Stash way a bit later. But I could see that. But it's too much celebrating. I mean, this is where the third party or the third wheel actually adds value to the celebration instead of making it awkward. And there's a beauty, there's a synthesis around it. Anything else you want to add about the Three of Cups?
I think we covered it very well.
Mm-hmm. You all in chat are doing very well. You get gold stars. So we move from the Three of Cups to the Four of Cups. And remember, the fours are about foundation, putting things into control and containing things. So this is the Four of Cups, shows a foundation of love. It shows a foundation of love, of a relationship, of healing, of emotional stability. So think about that as well. And it could be, okay, so Jane the Seeker said apathy, neglect. It very much could be. This is when I'm trying to avoid giving you an image associated with it, so it's hard. But this could be the card of boredom. You've had this build up, you had this great celebration. It's the morning after. Perhaps it's a bit of a hangover where you're like, ooh, wow, what was that all about? Calla Lizzie said refusal, could be. This is very much you're flatlined. It's sort of a you've had this peak experience with these friends, and now it's the morning after. It's like and
everybody went their own way, and now you're here alone again. So
yes, yes. Rain's Kitchen and Garden said 4. If I'm thinking of the Fool, I'm seeing the journey from the Ace, new feelings, new unions, celebrating together. Then bam, maybe jumped in too quickly now, and there are weird feelings and loss. Could be, definitely. But I think it's that because all of this has been building, and now we're by ourselves. We're alone with our emotions. We're alone with our intuition and our healing, or our psychic abilities. And perhaps we feel a little, is this real? It could be
there's a restlessness with
restlessness. Yes.
And I would say it's a daydreamer card too. It's
very
like
much
you're dreaming about what could come. The grass is greener somewhere else, maybe. What was this the right choice? Was this? Yeah.
Could be. We have some great content in the chat. So if you're watching this back, please pull up the chat. It could be the rejection of an offer. Yes. Contemplating what you already have before accepting the next cup of emotions. Could be very much possibility. Boredom can be good when it stays boredom and acts as a way of building your energy so that you can go to the next thing instead of extinguishing the enjoyment. It certainly could be a letdown. Is it the point when you're in danger of settling? It's a little early, Hillary. I could see that though, and I would absolutely say that depending upon where it falls in a spread and what's around it. That's Tarot the Stashway later about combinations.
The I think there's also a hint of locked into habits.
Ah, yes.
Where you're like, is this going to end up like other friendships? You know, you're reflecting on things that didn't go so well. It's like, I think either way, you know, you can't stay in this position very long, or you're going to be lost.
Yes. Could be relaxing in a trance, so unaware of surroundings. Could very well be. The grass is greener. Love that. Thank you, Jeffrey.
Oh, you're welcome.
Sometimes familiarity and contentment breeds contempt, as the old saying goes.
Yeah.
Yes. A bit of imposter syndrome. Could be. Could be. Boredom was a good word for it. You had. That's what I meant. Okay. Yes. Gerald, I really love how you glance over at Jeffrey every now and then. Yeah.
I'll have to see if I'm paying attention.
Well, I'm actually looking for him because I have to open doorways to allow him to jump in. Because guess what? I'm the extrovert. And
I'm very introvert.
He is very introverted. So repeating patterns, yes. Indigo's name is Heather. So, all right, let's see what else we have.
Or Igea.
Or Igea. This is again where we've had this buildup from, you know, the Fool has been going from the A's to the 2, the 3, and it's like, wow. And now it's the first time where we've sort of leveled out. It's not that build up.
Yeah.
As we've had. So
your emotions, your dreams are maybe too structured, where it's just like, now what?
Oh gosh, I'll put that up there. Jeffrey, when Gerald talks about you and you're not present, his dimple and his whole face lights up. It's true though. Let's move to the 5. Now, when we think about the 5s, remember, this was the first time on this journey through the minors that the Fool has something to lose. This is where we first see conflict show up. And I like to think of this conflict, the 5s, it's part of the purification process. Way to move through. So when we think of the 5 of Cups, I'm going to put you on the spot. Jeffrey, what do you think?
You've lost an emotion. Maybe you didn't appreciate. It's that feeling, that slight feeling of regret.
Yeah.
It's like you didn't appreciate what you had. And how do you keep yourself from drowning in that?
That's true. How do you keep yourself drowning in it? That emotional turmoil that can go from that. It's that loss. It's that losing that love, losing that emotional connection. It could also be a loss of wellness, emotional wellness, physical well-being, spiritual well-being. And again, this is that. Remember, this is process. You're not done. This is that next thing that you go through.
It's the early signs of, if I'm reading for somebody, which I do not do very often, I'll be honest. It's that beginning of depression setting in.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Um, it's still in process. Oftentimes, this is emotions in process because we have to recognize and honor the emotions, and then look around to see what else is going on, because there are other emotions that are available. And but it feels like loss.
Yeah.
Hands down, it feels like loss. Let's see what we've got. Good chat. I was thinking Mazel Tov is in order to Jeffrey and Gerald, our newlyweds. Thank you, Pamela.
Thank you.
Rains said, the fool has something to lose, but there are a few cups that haven't fallen over yet. So maybe counting our blessings through a loss and trying to move ahead.
That's good.
Very helpful.
Because
yeah.
that's the thing. Because with the Five of Cups, yeah, there's a sense of loss and everything, but it's not hopeless. You can still redeem yourself. You can still move on. You're not at the end of the cycle yet.
Yes. And I like that, because that's where gratitude can help. Practicing gratitude.
Yeah.
That guy in the river, not waving but drowning. True. Jonathan, oh, wait a minute. Jonathan said, I find a 5 deeper version of the 4 of Cups. The 3 of Cups the figure was looking at has spilled, and now the 2 unseen cups waiting for the next phase. Yes. Deb H said, being so focused on a loss that we forget to be thankful for what we have.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
It. This is truly the hangover card. I would call this the it's the bender card.
Yeah.
And after the bender, when you're trying to sober up. Medium Betsy.
I've never done that.
I've never done that either. Never. Medium Betsy Palmer said, thinking in black and white, first setback equals a dramatic reaction. Yes. And for those of us who, when we were children, our first breakup, it was really, really hard. Really hard. But we moved through that and we learned through it. There's a bridge for when we can lift up our head again. Yes.
And the next comment is very good. Cindy C says, "No use crying over spilt milk," and that's a realization when you get the 5 of Cups. Is it something that major, or are you really crying over spilt milk?
Yes.
Clean it up and go on.
Yes. So a lot of times in a reading, it's just like, it depends upon the topic.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, grow up and move on. Yes, those are, you're missing those. I might say that a little differently, or I might not, but it's like don't lose the perspective of what's been going on, because a lot of times this is a baptism, because we're talking about water. It's that thing that you're moving through it. You need to use it to purify yourself. Peter J. Watt said, unconscious making room for growth. Yes, very much. Yeah, good. That's helpful.
Yeah.
That's helpful.
Pity party card.
Pity party card. Yes, it could be. However, and I want to clarify with that, is it's not saying that you shouldn't recognize the emotions that are going on. You need to recognize those, but you can't stay focused on those too long. I've had this reading show up, and I'm like going, you know what? It may be time, hashtag for entertainment purposes only. It may be time for you to go find someone to help you through this. Because it's a growth card. Very, very growth card. Blender, Calla Lizzie, blender. So, anything else with the 5? He's looking at his notes now.
No, we're good.
Yeah, and again, I think
lots of good comments.
Beautiful comments. You all are great. I'm going to be adding to my sheet. This is my sheet of the 5, so I will be adding to that. And so we've had this loss, and now we're going to the 6 of Cups, and the 6 is are about a peak experience because we're balancing ourselves. We've got experience, we've got knowledge, and now we're sharing it. And so when we think about the Six of Cups, what do we think about? I think it's the hangover card. There is the element of I'll never do it again. Yes. When you're so focused on your own heartbreak, you can't even see the guy drowning. Yes. Lori Kramer said, we need to feel our feelings, but also realizing that not all is lost. Yes. Thank you. Did I miss anybody else's? You all are giving great comments. So with the Six of Cups, the Six of Cups is a peak emotion. It's about finding balance. And I'm seeing some comments. I'm waiting so that they can show up and I can show you. Nostalgia. Yes.
Nostalgia. The way we were.
The way we were. Yes. Yes. And the things we remember about growing up and when we were younger. Rain said maybe a little nostalgia over what we lost in the 5, but we still see a silver lining.
Yep.
Yes. And Heather said gratitude.
Gratitude. Sharing.
Sharing.
Sharing is caring. Find somebody you can share your emotions with so you're not stuck in the in this rut.
Yes. Yes. Jane the Seeker said, but for me, it's when someone from the other side shows up. Oh, of course. Yeah. And Jonathan said, Six of Cup feels like a retreat from the grief of the 5 and embracing the memories of life, the good old days.
Yep.
Home, yes. Very much so. This is also where it's a card of friendship, and it's not just the friends that you meet at work and then you never interact. It's the long-term friends. It's the friends that you don't talk to them for 6 months and you pick up exactly where you left off. You don't talk to them for 5 years and you pick up like there has been no loss of time. So
I think there's an innocence with the Six of Cups as well. Yeah, unfortunately, kids are innocent. They form bonds with people, and then they grow up. But but there's that moment where they're just carefree and they're so happy to meet somebody and to have somebody to play with. So there's an innocence for me with the Six of Cups as well.
And I believe there are gifts here that show up because we're oftentimes being given a gift, given an opportunity to apply our knowledge and our experience in a way that can help ourselves and others. And okay, great comments. Memories of sweetness after darkness. Yes. Meaningful introspection. Yes. Friends who are your tribe and are entwined with your best memories. Yes. Cindy C said, maybe being unguarded, referring to the guard walking away. It's for me, when the Six of Cups shows up, it is a very safe feeling card. I feel I am okay to be doing this. So, yes, we are on the Six of Cups, Joe. Regaining your sense of self after loss. Yes. Kathy. Yes. Understanding experience, being gifted something. This could be a literal gift, but it could also be the gift of someone sharing themselves with you, or you having an opportunity to share yourself with them. And it's emotionally rewarding. It's that time. Remember when we I don't know when I said this, but I believe I've said this before, but when we ask for help and we allow someone to give it and we receive it graciously, it makes everyone feel good and cared about. Yeah. And so very much it's that. So
For me, again, the old friends thing comes to play a lot when I get this card. Maybe it's time to call an old friend and say, "Hey, let's get together for a drink or a coffee or
yeah,
dinner or something
it's a
like that.
gratitude card. Yeah.
Let's get me out of this funk. Let's and I can sit there and tell him all my woes and everything, and he'll laugh and he'll say, "Well, you'll do it again." So let's let's go on. And
True.
it's like, I mean,
That's true.
sometimes that's
Yeah.
a kick in the pants you need. Somebody who you formed a bond with, just to say, "All right, good. I hear you. I feel you.
Yeah.
Get back out there."
Yeah. And so appreciating someone who has had a positive impact on your life. Yes, and this could be definitely where you take the opportunity to express gratitude to people. You send them a little thank you note. So, and Joe said Six of Cups is the hardest card in the RWS for me, and it asked me to look at the world through the child's eye with hope, promise, and wonder.
Yeah.
It can be very hard to do that, Joe. I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah.
And yeah, acknowledgement, kindness, giving, and receiving, large and small. After all the knocks and bangs of experiencing ugly human behavior. Yeah, and that is when that comes up, it's that really having to go and connect with your younger self. This is somebody mentioned it. It's connecting with your inner child, and that's where a lot of times, if this is what's coming up, it could be a great opportunity to. Um, it could be an opportunity to get some assistance and help understand where you are. So, Joe, you are getting a beautiful amount of support here, and I am so glad you are here. Jane the Seeker says, "I hear you, Joe." Heather says, "OMG, yes, Joe. That's how I'm feeling these days." And Peter J. Watt said, "Reciprocation, yes.
Yep.
Giving and receiving without expectation, just for the joy of it, yes." A lot of love, Joe. A lot of love. I am glad you're here. I am glad you're here. And that could be an interesting thing. How do we deep dive into some of these cards and to work through the different aspects, the lighter side and the more challenging sides. So, all right. Do you have anything else with the Six of Cups?
Yeah. No. Just find something. When this one shows up, find something or someone that can make you happy again.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. And I love it. Joe said, "I came in at the right time." Yay. Okay. So everybody take a sip. We're going to start with the sevens where we, lucky number 7, where we're trials and tested. Seven of Cups. 7 of Cups. What do we think about with the 7 of Cups? Jeffrey, what notes do you have?
I have being emotionally overwhelmed.
Uh-huh.
Lots of things going on, lots of feelings.
So many you can lose yourself in those feelings.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. But I'm going to go back. I'm going to start with the idea of 7 being lucky. It could be lucky in love. It could be lucky in a spiritual sense. It's also an opportunity of this is where it could be an altered state. If you've ever been in an altered state and you haven't quite come back from it, this is what it's like. You're sort of going, "Oh, wow, what's the possibilities? What can I do? What can I do?" So, and Laura Kramer said, new moon tomorrow. Things are a bit emotional for many of us.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. What is your problem card? The Tarot Stash Way, episode whatever. I'll have to write that down. Rain said, so many choices, maybe too many, that we feel it's a challenge to make that choice. In the fairy tale, tarot, the tale is the glass mountain. Imagine climbing a glass mountain seems insurmountable. Yes. Being in touch with your wishes and desires. Mm-hmm. Illusion, delusion, or dreams and daydreams.
Yeah.
Yes. I cannot pronounce that word. Schrodinger's cat.
Oh, yeah.
Envy, jealousy. So, and this is when, for me, when I see the Seven of Cups, and it depends upon the depiction of the card, it depends upon the depiction, but it could be wrestling with fantasy and not reality. Because do I want to talk about, I don't want to talk about cards. I'm not talking about cards. So look, when you look at the card, are there symbols that are reflected in other cards? And perhaps those are helping make connections to other things in the reading. This is that it could be emotionally overwhelming, too many choices. As an artist, and I'm looking at, if I have no boundaries, no limits, I can't start something because I am simply so overwhelmed. I I can't do anything with it. I need something to help force it to make sense.
For me, this is a focus card.
It's a focus card. You need to focus.
Yeah. You
Okay.
need to you need to find something
You heard it
to
here first.
focus on, because
Yes.
otherwise you're going to let your emotions carry you off, and it's like, find something to focus on. Find your focus.
Yes. Yes. This is this is, as I said earlier, and there's some great chat. I will catch up with that. But I also, and let's think about this. This is a card of emotions. Let's face it, okay, and for adults only, this could be a great sex card. It is mind blowing. It's amazing. You know, the afterglow lasts. It's like, wow.
The fantasy.
It's the fantasy. It's, so I think that that's something to keep in mind. But you're altered. Okay, so great chat.
I would also add that sometimes when you're reading this may be an indicator of a problem, a drinking problem.
It could be,
drug
yes.
problem, something problematic where you're not living in the real world. You're
Yes.
The substance abuse. Let's just put it out there.
Yes, yeah, very much so. It could be an indication of something going on with that. Seven of Cups is my gaslighting card. Either I'm gaslighting myself or someone else is. Oh, I like that. I'm writing that down. And can the seven be narrowing your choices to some degree? Yes. Lori. It's a call to do that, because there's so many choices and they're so emotionally invigorating that it's like, oh, I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to do that. It's the squirrel at a rave. Focus, slow down. So many choices, but only reality. When you make it. Yes. Kathy Tortoiseshell Moon said, being distracted by shiny things. # purchase responsibly.
Yeah.
And know your limits. Boom. Prioritize. Make a list. Yes. Very much so.
Oh, there's a good one. Hillary has.
Know what dreams are worth pursuing and which are not what they appear to be. Yeah. Yeah. Metaphysical reality, not non-reality. Yeah, gaslighting. It's the shell game. Yep. It can be not seeing things clearly. Make your choice wisely. Is it realistic? Yep.
ADHD.
ADHD. Yeah, Calla Lizzie perked up when I mentioned sex. Yes, the devil card is.
Oh, Lone Man made it.
Find positive distractions. Yes. And that thing about that is I'm going to put a spin on this, Peter. Find the positive distractions that are going to actually help you connect the dots so that you can move to the next card, so that you can move to your thing. Yes, Flesh for Fantasy, Billy Idol. Oh my gosh. If this is my ADHD card, yep, I hear you. Richie Longman Tarot is here, and by the way, as I mentioned, I am on Longman Tarot with Heather. Oh, wait a minute. Intuitive Jaguar Arts and I are on Richie's channel on Friday talking about tricky court cards. I am seeing temptation, making unhealthy choices. Yes. If you are distracted by so many different things, you never actually make a choice.
Yep.
Yes.
Danger, Will Robinson.
Danger, Will Robinson. So, all right. And we are so looking forward to it. Yes. And I am with Richie tomorrow. Richie and I are on Kelly's channel on Dozen Cats Wellness and Tarot, and we're talking about interrogation. So it's there. And oh, can't wait. I don't like court cards. Cindy C, I have already done some court cards, but we're going to Richie's, and then we're going to be coming back in November and doing Tarot the Stash Way, and we're going to be talking about tarot, the tarot court cards. So let's talk about the eights. And good luck, Joe. Okay, eights are about expanding. It's really about mastering. So 8 of Cups. Jeffrey's looking at his notes.
Go ahead.
This is, so let's take that literally. This is expanding your emotions. This is where there's a lot of emotions out there. And when this card shows up, oftentimes this is a card of being emotionally exhausted. This is I'm tired. I'm emotionally tired, and it feels like an energy drain. So it could be that I have taken on too much, and it's emotionally stressing me out. It's also a hold on. I wrote gaslighting on the wrong page. It's going to bother me. It's an emotionally tired card.
Yeah.
So, but it's also, again, this is the eights are when the heart and mind are in accord. So having the heart and mind in accord are important. This could be that you have more heart in than having your mind in, and there could be a need to balance. So,
this one shows up for me when there's a separation.
Say more about that.
Separation, things. I was emotionally invested in a relationship, but
you're done.
Now we're done. There has to be a parting of the ways. That otherwise it's just unhealthy.
Yes. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Robin is here. Toadstool Tarot. I need to watch this playback to clarify and add visuals from my cards to help me. I think that's great. Thank you, Robin, for being here. Rain said, 8 of Cups is my chaos card. My choices can lead me back to the chaotic 8 of Cups, or I can choose to take that long walk up the path and be brave and walk away from that chaos.
Growth. There's a separation. There's there may be something else that's tugging on your heartstrings too. It's like that's leading you a different way.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I think it's a lot of times when this card comes up, it oftentimes suggests moving away from something.
Eights are
Something
good for movement
eight
anyhow.
eights are good for movements, yes. Infinity. Hi, Pepper Jackie. It's more than tired. It's for me, it's that 8 is done and leaving. Yes. It's the 8 of Cups. You know, I can't do it anymore. I'm up and moving. And Peter J. Watch said something that I absolutely remember often when I'm doing magic and um, you know, hashtag magic tool talk. But when you remove something, you must fill it with something because nature abhors a vacuum. It'll just fill back up if you don't put something in its place. 8 of Cups has floored me before, literally in bed a day. Wow. Pamela Batchelor said, 8 of Cups for me is my walk away, seek higher ground. Yep.
It relates to the Strength card. So there is an emotional fortitude that I associate with it as well.
Yes.
You know, that,
emotional fortitude.
yeah. It's like, get it together.
Well, and you know, if we do relate it to the Strength card, it's that fortitude that's necessary for you to get your perspective and know that it's
Yes.
time to move. So, Jonathan said, emotional, exhausted, but also feeling like a piece of the puzzle is missing. Could be.
Yeah.
Courage to take the next step. Yes. Yes. For Kathy, Tortoiseshell Moon said, for me, it's often about discernment and integrity, being discerning in my life choices after being scattered and unfocused in the 7. Well said. Well said. It can be about learning to draw healthy boundaries. Yes.
Yeah.
Very much so. And as Brene Brown says, you need to have razor sharp boundaries so it's easy to make those choices.
Yeah. Discernment's good. I like
discernment is good. Yeah. Joe said, when I left my marriage, I took a few months to physically leave, but I was done, tired. 8 of Cups. Yeah. Yeah. Short-term romantic interlude. Yes. I can't drink one more cup. 8 is enough, and I've had enough. I'm stumbling home. Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Leaving cups of love that are still there, but knowing it's time to move away. Yeah. Oh, poor Robin. I'm not going to post that, but yeah, I get it. So let's talk about the 9s. 9 of Cups. Remember, 9s are about manifestation. They're 3 3s. We go 3, 6, and 9, and it's a progression. So when we have the 9 of Cups, this is that the result is you've gotten what you've wanted. You are emotionally content. It's a very pleasing card. It's a happy card. And oftentimes in this card, there is just one person who is happy with where they are. Everyone else doesn't have to understand it. It's because you know what makes you happy. Everybody else doesn't need to do that.
A lot of people say it's your dreams coming true, but the caution with that I have is it's your emotional fulfillment. It may not be the brand new car that you need. It may not be the brand new house, the brand new husband, the brand new whatever, but it's emotional fulfilling.
Yes. Yeah. And Heather said contentment.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's also, I think, a little bit of karma with this one too, because the more love and good you put out, the more you'll get back. And that makes you emotionally stable.
Yeah. A personal celebration. I could absolutely see that, Deb H. Rain said 9. I walked away from the 8, and I'm finally seeing it was a very healthy thing to do, despite the emotional battle I was going through in the 8. Yes, well said. Ah, the 9 of Cups is the exhale card, looking over the cliffs at Dover, just being in the moment.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. The exhale card. Wishes come true. I got what I wanted. Careful what you wish for because you're going to get it.
There's a little bit of karma.
There is a bit of
It's like
karma.
what you're putting out there, you're going to get back.
Well, and if you've done magic and this card comes up in your reading, because yes, Heather, you can use tarot to help you with your magic. What you did worked. It works. And Calla Lizzie said, maybe I'm just a dark person, but that 9 of Cups is always a little suspicious to me. He's too smug. I understand what you mean, Calla Lizzie. It depends upon the deck.
Yeah.
And where it falls, because it could be smugness, where you got to be careful not to be too cocky about it.
Yeah.
So Robin said, I'm turning my back on all those John Travolta movies. My arms are folded and I'm not watching anymore. Being idealistic, Kathy said. So, yeah, knocking the cup off the shoulder. So then we go to the 10 of Cups, and the 10s are about just living with our choices and how things are. And so, thinking about this, the Fool has gone through all of these trials and tribulations, has made choices, things that are emotionally fulfilling, and then there's some contentment. And so the 10 is, I'm happy with who I am content, and I am it's the happy family card. So you are in a good place. And I'm it's been a heart-opening experience, and I am waiting for the next thing. So what do you have for this card, Jeffrey?
There's a certain satisfaction with this card.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you've risen above, the depressing. You've risen above all of the petty emotions, and you just need to find that moment and be happy and live in the happy moment.
Yes.
For a while until the next cycle begins. It's
yes.
Like, this to me is your gratitude card. It's like, I'm happy. I've got what I wanted, maybe more. I got what I need right now.
Oh, yes. And I also think that it's the contentment card where others are involved with it. So, the deck matters and the reading context matters, and he's John Travolta. Yeah. Robin said 10 of Cups feels like the perfect Thanksgiving card. Building on success, yes, could be that, also sharing that emotional support to others in the family. Rain said 10, happy, happy, joy, joy. How can anything bad happen? So much fulfillment. I'm on the right path. For me, it's also a very deep connection to spirit. Very astute.
There's an emotional maturity with this card.
Mm-hmm.
So that maybe you can help others through
Oh,
some
yes.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You've come to this realization about some of your emotions. Now's a good time to share that as well.
Yes.
You called your old friend when you were down and out. Let's call him. It's like, hey, let's have a drink and celebrate.
Yes. Yeah. Let's ride the wave.
Yeah.
And instead of being at the top of the wave when things are really good, when we're at the bottom of the way, the bottom of the barrel, that's when we're calling for help. So happy ever after card. Yes. Things are looking up. And Heather said, having depression, etc. This is my emotional wellness and well-being card.
Yeah,
It
that's very nice.
absolutely is. Hillary Hagstone said, yes, Jeffrey, nice. Appreciate the moment because things change at any moment.
That's right.
And we have abundance can be a burden. It can be, yes, because we've talked about that in particular, the Ten of Wands.
Yeah.
And the Ten of Swords.
This can also be getting together with people for holidays and reunions and stuff like that, where there's just happiness. It's like, well, for me anyhow, I'm always happy to see my family because we grew up together and we
I
have
love
a tight
it.
bond.
His family grew up together. Surprise!
Yeah. and there's just a happiness that comes when I get to see my family.
Yes. And I think that that's also important. It's your chosen family as well.
Right.
It's the people that you choose to spend your time with. Medium Betsy Palmer said fulfillment, hopes, project, lessons, feelings, contentment card. Joe said community card, family, chosen family, sharing your emotional wisdom and support.
Yeah.
The Fool has come into full maturity. Commitment to your community. Yes, Peter, that's good. Because it's one of those things that, whereas we were talking yesterday about how the wands can be truly inspirational, sometimes it's when we have the emotional fortitude and the emotional desire to be successful that it really drives us through. Because many times emotions can take us through than just that momentary inspiration. A homecoming when you're the grandparent, not the child. Yeah. Yes, Jeffrey, paying it forward a bit, sharing your joy and your journey. Family friendly card. Yep. Ten of Cups is the happiness card. Shared with your family when your rainbow is shining, when everything is right in your world. Yep. So, good question, Robin. Are the cups full? Or are they empty? Are they ready to be filled? Or is it a combination of all of those? Because it's what each family member needs. So that was the cups. And let's go back to, gosh, thank you everybody for watching. The chat is truly amazing.
Yes.
So we're talking about pentacles now, and pentacles are associated with the physical world, material things, establishment, your rituals, your security, your traditions, fulfillment, prosperity. I associate them with winter, and they are midnight if you put it on the wheel. So, and yeah, health and body, Joe, absolutely. So thinking about the Ace of Pentacles, Jeffrey and I were talking about this. Go for it.
This one is the need to be grounded, to build, to touch, to work, it's an opportunity to start a physical thing. It's whether it's self-improvement, exercise, building a house, opening a bank account.
Yep.
It's this new opportunity.
Yep. It's definitely an opportunity card, as how I feel it. You're like new job, new person, new way of approaching your health and your well-being. It's starting an exercise routine. It's cooking better. It could be a pregnancy, starting building something new. Opportunity. I love it. Opportunity to bring something new into life, whether that be a person, an idea, a business, something along those lines. So I think it's great. And okay. See you on Friday, Heather. Rain said Pentacles, winter, nighttime, old age, new moon. Yes. It's the boring suit, but the best suit for me to anchor myself. I sometimes have the ace on my phone wallpaper. It's very true. Very true. Jane the Seeker brings up a good point. It's definitely a portal card. Depending upon which deck you look at, there is a portal in there, and you're entering into that. Ace, having a new idea for something tangible. Is it just an idea or the follow through of this idea? And Peter J. Watts said rejecting dogma. Yes, it could be that. It's
Absolutely.
a new way to do that.
Yep.
So, and apparently Jonathan has a new dog. Is this your permanent puppy? Boston Terrier puppy? So, well, and that's the Ace of Pentacles moment. It's something new in your life. Boom. So then we move. So we go from that, starting on that journey, and then we go into the twos, where again we have choices and duality. And this is really, you have two things now. This is a card of juggling and multitasking.
Yep.
Trying to balance things. It's the second job. It's the child in a relationship. It's juggling two aspects of life, work and home.
Difficult.
It can be difficult. As he looks at me.
No, for me.
Oh, okay.
Like,
So it's very much that instead of just there being one, now there are two, and that's a card of balance. So, and yeah, a new family member, that's perfect. Kathy Tortoiseshell Moon said, physical energy in all of its potential forms, the body, the resources, yes. And let's face it, it can be very much about money too. Equilibrium, finding that back, yes,
Yep.
getting that. Figuring out how to save for retirement when you just started your job. So I think that's good. And Rain said, Ace brought you this new idea. You've been working towards this new idea. Now you have to remember not to neglect the other aspects of your life. Juggling, yes.
Right.
Cindy C said multitasking.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Kristen Louise is here. Hello, Kristen Louise. Yeah, Betsy said 1 foot on the ground, called to pay attention. Yep. Balance, choices, and resources. Glad you stopped by, Krista. Welcome home. Happy belated birthday.
You may be waiting for your luck to change or for circumstances to change to help you make a decision about what you're going to keep in the air and what is not necessarily going to go away, but it's going to be seen in a different light. It may have to take a back burner for a minute, but you're not there yet. So you got to keep things in perspective and balance.
Very much so. Yes, mitosis, creation. Yep. So then we move to the Three of Pentacles, and by the way, the Two of Pentacles is my favorite card, my favorite tarot card. But we move to the Three of Pentacles, and this is the card of work. It's the card of actually doing the good work, showing up, keep learning, keep practicing, trying to get to the ideal. And it's like when we have taken that two and now we've put them together, we have to do work. And with the three, oftentimes there are three people involved, and there could be a structure that needs to be followed. We have a blueprint.
There you go. This is not about mastering. It's about the work leading to the mastery.
Yes.
I think that's important to recognize. You got to do the work. You got to do the work. You know, we talked a little bit yesterday about, being excited about learning tarot. And now you have to do the work, whether it's reading the book or going to classes or, and you're going to actually have to put it into practice.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
This is a physical manifestation of your hopes and dreams, and you got to do some work now.
Yeah, it's definitely
This
the
is the reality.
card of work. It's
Yeah.
the card of showing up and doing the work. Yeah. So, trying, working to create perfection. Medium Betsy Palmer said, I love the three. For me, it represents us coming to Earth as humans, as the collaborations, and the collaborations it will help. Yeah. So, Jonathan said his name is Buddha. Okay. So, you need to let people help you along the way. If you're juggling, you don't have to do it alone. I always intuitively saw this as a control card, wanting to do it all alone.
Yeah.
Yes, but sometimes adding that third person is what is needed. Work, do the research, practice the card, practice the craft, putting in the hours.
And there may be a benefactor who can help you.
There could be
somebody who knows more about it, somebody who's had more experience that you can draw on. It's that idea of getting some help.
And in the Pentacles, they're about resources, which could be people, which could be people who have different experience than you, who could actually add some value to what you're working on. Yeah. Calla Lizzie said, dealing with the input and ideas of others, incorporating them into your work. Peter J. Watts said, dedication to the good fight. Yep. Yes.
This for me also, if you were thinking about a new exercise program to improve your body, then this is probably the first signs of, hey, I lost 2 pounds this week.
Yes, very much so.
It's a step in the right direction.
Yeah. This is that, and Joe said, adding that third person can be work in itself, the tension in the three. And Purple Elephant Deb H said, collaboration at least in the planning stage, then putting that direction into the work. Yeah. Yeah. So then we go to the Four of Pentacles, and the fours are about foundation and squaring things up and having some containment. So the Four of Pentacles oftentimes is a material foundation. It's a foundation in the home, your health, your security, and money. And it will help to move you into a happy and healthy family. It's the beginning of a foundation of something. So think of it that way.
Stability.
Stability. Yes. Stability is a nice word for that. And Calla Lizzie said, conserving resources. Yes. And boundaries, breathe, let things settle in before the shift to the five. Yes. I also like to think about this as it's that containing that money and letting that money build. But I'm also a believer that you need to prove money is energy, and you need to prove to money that you know how to handle it.
Yes.
Because that is, planning and spending appropriately and sharing it appropriately allows that energy to go, oh, you know how to handle us, so we're going to give you more money. So
sometimes this is a card for investment, or you don't want to just sit on your money and stuff it in your mattress, because it's not going to do you any good. You invest it, save it.
Yeah. And Hillary Hagstone said, I keep typing stuff. Then Gerald says, so now we're moving on to, and Hillary, just type it in there because I will go back. Yeah. Kathy says, for me, 4 often tells me I need to conserve or protect my energy. And I also see that as a way of paying attention to where your money goes. because a lot of times we don't know what is going with it.
Yeah.
Peter J. Watts said, using one's resources wisely.
Yep.
Hmm. Deb H. said, it's my toddler card. It says, mine, mine.
Yeah.
So,
That's the danger. It's like,
yeah. Yeah. This is a money card for me. So building a savings account, but making sure you don't obsess about investing impulsively, doing
right.
the due diligence.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
So now I'm going to put Hillary on the spot. And when Hillary actually types in her thoughts about the 4, we'll move on to the 5s. Go ahead, Hillary. We're waiting. Yeah, where you are spending your resources, your time, and your effort. And it's one of those things. Um, it's important for us to take time periodically to do that, because when we don't put that into a regular practice, it goes crazy. It goes off the rails. Things change. So. Donna is here. Hi, Donna. Good to see you. All right. And Rain said, I used to work at a trading firm before I burned out in 2003. The 4 reminds me of the people who invested in the new internet companies and lost everything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, well, of course, Jonathan, you've been bonding with your cutie. So, if you have any other thoughts about the 4, go ahead and put them up. We're going to talk about the 5, because the 5s are about karma and loss. And yes, I know. I know. Okay, so of course, when I put Hillary on the spot, she can't think of anything. Joe said, for me, the 4s are necessary in all the suits to check into that energy regularly. I like that.
Yeah.
4s are a good checkpoint. Hillary, I was joking. Can the 4 also mean ask if you're focusing too much on materialism? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good call, Kathy. Very much so. Very much so. So looking at the 5 of Pentacles, this is a card of loss. It's about losing some physicality, either money, resources, job, family members.
Could be a setback in your health.
Could be a setback in your health. It could be you are ignoring something, because if you ignore something too long, it can go away. So, there is some insecurity here. This is also a card of, traditionally, this image is people in need. And there is something to realize that when there's people in need, it could be you in need and you need to ask for help, but it could be you have something to offer someone in need.
Yeah.
So it's an exchange of energy. And sometimes you may be the person to pull someone up and to offer them something they need to help them. Like taking my neighbor to the airport. It could be that. So, when conserving resources becomes hoarding and miserly behavior, yeah, definitely the 4.
Yeah.
So, and then the 5 is, and oftentimes this is that, that sometimes it's okay being outside of the norms. Sometimes the 5 of Pentacles is about being able to live outside of what is expected of you. and being okay with that.
Sometimes you have to be unconventional just to get through.
Yes, yes. Okay, great chat. I'm a cup half full gal. Although I see 5 as a loss, I also see that there is a light on somewhere. You just have to open up and look for it, or ask for it. Yes,
Yes.
or offer it.
Yeah.
That's something that's been added to my perspective of this.
The yeah, the 5 is asking for the help that you need.
Mm-hmm.
Which, yeah, sometimes you have to reconsider a little bit of your values, what you put your values into.
That's true. And Joe said it has come up for me as offering my resources, the 5 of Pence.
Yeah.
Musically, pentatonic scale represents an early stage of musical development.
True.
I'm looking at Jeffrey with his music career. And don't you, pentatonics is a group, correct? Yeah. Look them up if you want some amazing vocals. Walking right past that help that is there next to you, or staying walled off inside and not seeing the need in front of you. Well said, Calla Lizzie. Betsy said, I used to get this about myself a lot and saw only the troubling aspects, but now I see independence, choosing to pass acceptable dogma society and walking your own path, even though it may be difficult. Yep. That's the living outside.
Yep.
Tortoiseshell Moon Kathy said, yes, Gerald, I'm a social worker, and it often comes up when I'm due to work in a drop-in center. Yeah.
I think with the 5 of Pentacles, you learn a lot about who you can count on, and who and what you can count on, who and what you can count on.
Yep. Cindy C said, window of opportunity for a positive spin. Yep. Need to recognize that help is right there. Not only your value, Jeffrey, maybe reevaluate your ego too about asking for help.
Right.
Yep.
Swallow a little pride there.
Yeah. Joe said, my favorite 5 of Pentacles depiction is in the Santa Muerte Tarot, remembering how we move on by those who have gone before. Yes, that is true. Kiba Lyons is here. Hello. Deb H liked the acapella reference. So, all right. If anybody has something else to share about the 5s, please do so. And we're going to start getting ready to look at the 6 of Pentacles. And the 6 of Pentacles sixes are about peak experiences. As I said before, experience, sharing the gained knowledge and our understanding. So the 6 of Pentacles then would be about sharing resources. It's actually from, as we talked about with the 5, is there needs to be resources shared. This is actually the resources being shared. Sharing the wealth. It's a card of sharing. Did I mention sharing? It's the card of sharing, perhaps sharing.
Give and take.
Give and take, yes. Finding a balance. It's also that. It's finding the balance between those things in the 2 of Pentacles, perhaps.
Yeah.
So, on the shoulders of giants. Yes, Peter. Yes.
And if you're coming out of the 5 where you had to ask for help, maybe this one is the actual one where you need to give help to somebody.
Yes.
It's calling you out.
Yeah, it's calling you out.
How are you sharing?
Yeah, how are you sharing? You should be sharing. What sharing are you doing? Are you sharing or you're not? Hi, Ivana. And okay, getting caught up. Rain said, this is the card I see as the offering to help card, as opposed to the 5, to pass on your wisdom, your riches, your physical help, and ear, and being kind. Investing in others, yes. Gratification from sharing without the smugness. This is when, we had a bumper crop this year of cucumbers or something, because cucumbers always go crazy. Or tomatoes. What do you do with them? Well, you share them. You 6 of Pentacles them. And some people make them into, they can soup. They can them. So it helps them get through the winter. Sharing economy is a positive form of capitalism. Yes,
Yes.
it very much. My
It
pay,
might be time to clean out your closet. Get rid of those clothes that you can't wear anymore.
yes,
Take them down to a shelter where people can actually use them.
yes,
Ouch.
yes, yes. Cindy C said this is my pay the bills card.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Six of Pence, redistribution of resources, always fun. Yep. Accepting without shame. Yes.
Yes.
Offering without pompousness
Yeah.
or expectation of that. Let's Six of Pentacles, these here tomatoes and cukes. Well, you know, so sharing to create balance. Yes, because again, I think about the pentacles. They're also about energy, and when we move on, then we make room for more. So, all right, please feel free to add other comments in there about the Six of Pentacles as we get ready to talk about the Seven of Pentacles and sevens, trials, and tests, being lucky. And so, Seven of Pentacles, Jeffrey.
Patience.
Yeah, yeah. Um, this is that, this is where being patient, waiting for the test results. This also could be making sure you are waiting for the appropriate timing for something. This is knowing when to do something, when to harvest it, because if you harvest it too early, it's not going to be good, and if you wait too long, it's going to die on the vine, so to speak. So using your wisdom with that. Very much a patience card, though.
Yeah. This is my don't be hasty card.
Don't be hasty card.
Don't.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes you got to wait for it.
Yeah. It could be a fear of failure. You're trying to overcomplicate things. You're trying to rush it too much. And so organizing a gathering, good food, good friends, good wine, good music. Yes. Hi, April. Terror and Witchery is here. April, this is Jeffrey's voice.
Hello.
So,
April.
yeah, the pay it forward card. Timing. Trust in the universe.
Yeah.
That's a very nice approach to the Seven of Pentacles. Absolutely. Rain said, thinking of the fool and her innocence, not falling for the instant gratification in life, being mature enough to realize that good things come to those who wait. Yes. And I think, was it Rain? Was it you who actually said in a live to where it was when you move in somewhere, you're homesteading, the first thing you need to work on is food, because you need to put it in now because it's going to take as long as it takes before it gets ready.
Yeah.
So start with the food. Joe said, sort out the clutter card, Seven of Pence, clean out the fridge, set the stage, commit. Yep, food first. It was Ram. So great. April said, Seven of Pentacles, trusting that what you have begun is working and doing the work of tending, also enjoying the autopilot of your magic. Nicely said.
Yes, that's weed the garden.
Yes,
It's like if while you're waiting for it to grow, weed.
Yes, because planting is one aspect of it. You got to maintain it. It's the maintenance card. And as it relates to magic, it's the card of when this shows up is the magic is still developing. And if you're doing anything to support it, now's the time to do that. So very much.
If you're not, you need to be.
Yeah. Because sometimes the tarot does that. Slaps you upside the head and says, pay attention. Exactly. Llamas energy. Yeah. Because things are starting to grow. Not quite there yet. Yep. Taking a good look at what you can trim and what you can nurture, cleaning out the clutter.
Pruning.
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 Yes.
Because you want larger fruit. So.
Yes.
Some
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, when you move into a garden, you never start on it for at least a year. Okay, yes. Weed and feed, as April said.
Yep.
A watched pot or a watched kettle never boils. Yes. Another YouTuber says, turn your waiting room into a classroom.
Oh, nice.
Oh, and okay, I'm getting that. Sometimes it takes me a second, but like Peter said, a kettle never boils. So if you're watching your garden, it doesn't boil over. So you get all of the crops at the right time.
Right.
And sometimes you're lucky to beat the animals before they grab them. Kathy said, Seven of Pence is often a health card for me, especially when my FIBO is playing up. It reminds me to water my own garden and nurture myself.
Very good.
Very, very good. And see, and this is where, look at me pointing at you all. This is where the importance of you paying attention to these cards when they show up in your life, having a connection to it, benefits you in your deeper understanding of the tarot, because you now have a connection to it. This is I got to water myself. I got to make sure that I am doing what I need because I'm starting to feel a flare up, or there's a question of, or it's time that it's going to do that. So yeah, unless you have an induction hob, then it boils over all the damn time. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for your wonderful chat. We've got the eights. Feel free to include what you're thinking about for the Seven of Pentacles while I take a quick sip as we move to the Eight of Pentacles. Waving your wand at us. Yeah, I'm waving your wand at us. Well, I could be doing this. Ooh, you all are amazing. I want you all to realize your power. Ooh. Okay, I'm back. Eights. Expanding heart and mind in accord. So we have the Eight of Pentacles. What about the Eight of Pentacles? I'm looking over.
It's the details.
It's the details.
It's refining the details.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely, if you're thinking about a job, it's the expanding some responsibilities in the job. It is expanding your boundaries, your material boundaries, your resources and your finances are in order. And it also is it could be a way that you are making money in accord with your talents.
Mm-hmm.
Your talents are actually making you money. So this is the card of this is often the card of continuing to do the work, because if we've gone from the ace through to the seven, we've learned things, and this is the card of, okay, this is where you start getting really good at it. It's when it's back in college when I actually had there were drawing classes that I was taking, and I was learning a new technique, and I had to do, I'm just going to pull out a number. I had to do 50 drawings using that medium, or using that media, and drawing, just to get used to the material. And so it's the card of mastering that and getting ready to go to the next level, because when I did that, then I could actually not worry about how it was going to work on the paper or on the canvas. I just knew how it would work, and then I could start adding other layers to it. So
I would say probably refining your work,
mm-hmm.
so that you can take some pride in what you're putting out there.
Yes. Yes. April said, Eight of Pentacles, channel your inner genius.
Yes.
Devil is in the details. Yes. Regina Tarot in Wirecraft is work lurking and is the Eight of Pentacles right now. Self-mastery, well said. Yeah, she's working with Wire. Practice makes perfect, Cindy C. Yes. And I love all of these comments. You all are so good. The 8 is a sticky card, a bit like mud. It's all the crossed T's and dotted I's. If you have attention issues, this energy is really painful. Yes, Joe. And this is also, Jeffrey's looking at me because sometimes I have those issues. And this is the card of figuring out what you can do to help you figure out when and how to cross those T's and dot the I's and mind your P's and Q's. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's an artist mastering the techniques. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Rain said, mastering your skill, paying attention to the details, learning from your efforts. Like if we talked gardening, knowing which crops work and which don't in your climate, focusing on the successful crops. Yes.
Yeah.
And where they are successful in your garden. And for me, I think about when I am most productive at that type of thing. Practice makes perfect. Showing due diligence and showing up even when you don't feel like it. It will pay off in the end.
Yep.
Yes. There are so many writers who actually hear, they say, show up at the page. Because that's when, if you show up the page and you start doing the work, it progresses. Ivana said, skilled craftsperson who works quickly and accurately. Have also found this to mean someone who is excellent at what they do, but they need to spend more time with their family. Their home is in the back. Yeah, it's the cobbler whose children never had any shoes.
Yeah,
remembering that perspective.
For me, a real life application for me would be learning a new piece of music. At the Three of Pentacles, I'm learning all the technical stuff. The Eight of Pentacles is one where I'm paying attention. Okay, I've got the technical stuff down. I can go through this piece at the right tempo. Now I'm going to put the emotion behind it. Mm-hmm. What was the composer trying to relay to the listener? Mm-hmm. That's the Eight of Pentacles moment. How is it going to make them feel? What is the dynamic? What is the tempo markings? What are all those little details? It's a Virgo moment.
You see why I married him now. Insight like that. Yeah, craftsmanship, mastering your craft. So it's second nature. So you can just flow and you can pay attention to the emotion that is being conveyed. Yep. April said, I love this card. The element is so stable now with 2 4s. Precept on precept.
Nice.
I have to just put my head down and power through, usually through the night. Hyper focus. It will get done, but hard on me. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, trust me, I get that. Ivana said, I like that, Jeffrey. Adding the flourish.
Yep.
Don't give up. We all make mistakes and we learn from them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's so good. That's so good. All right, so that was the 8. Let's talk about the 9 of Pentacles. If you've got other comments in there about the 8s, put them in there. The 9 of Pentacles is the card of, 9s are the card of result or manifestation. And so the 9 of Pentacles, Jeffrey, what would you like to say?
If I'm going, let's tie it back to what I was just talking about. This is where I'm actually presenting the piece, and there's just such an overwhelming sense of accomplishment with this. Mm-hmm. Not only can I do it technically, I can make it a piece of art. Mm-hmm. It's that sense of accomplishment with the
yes,
the 9 of Pentacles.
Absolutely.
I can enjoy it now. Mm-hmm. It's not so much work anymore.
Yes.
It's reaping the harvest of all of that hard work.
Yes. April added, at the 4, we have a square. At the 8, we have a cube. As Jeffrey said, the motion comes forth. The creation has a life bragged into it. Bye, Peter.
It
Peter.
lives.
Peter's phone is dying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Calilzy, 2 4s, 4 2s, balance on balance on balance. 9 of Pence, the spa day card. Rain said, for me, this is the phew card. I've done so much work, learned so many lessons, mastered my skill, and I can sit back and relax and enjoy because finally the damn pumpkins are growing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's the sense of accomplishment that you got again, and I used this I think in one of the other ones too. You got maybe not exactly what you wanted, but you got what you need.
Yes. Yes. Joe said, Martha Stewart energy. It looks pretty. Just too much can land you in jail.
Touche.
Yeah. And Artist and Oracles, Donna said, yes, when raw materials turns into art.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there is that moment when there is a moment, well, there's some moments when you're creating and you're doing something, whether it be, creating something out of nothing, being music, food, a book, whatever. There's a moment where you sit back and you go, okay, I like that. It feels good. All of the pieces are there. It may need to be refined, but
Yeah.
it's all there.
But there's a private moment of contentment.
Yes. Yes. Cindy C said, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. Appreciate what you have.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Kathy loves that, Jeffrey, what you were saying. Basking in the joy of what you have brought forth. Yes, well said. Having what you really want just for yourself, the inner peace of that. And yes, jail is not a good thing. If the 9 of Pence was an 80s TV quote, it would be Hannibal from the A-Team saying, I love it when a plan comes together.
Yes.
Yes. So this is for me, and looking at the 9 of Pentacles, very much it's that fertility fulfilled. Things have really, this is everything has come to pass, and it's enjoying the private endeavors. It's that self enjoyment. There are times, however, when the 9 of Pentacles can feel like a bit of confinement. And again, that depends upon where it falls in a spread, what position, and the interpretation. Um, and perhaps, let's face it, it could be working from home. It could also be joyful solitude when we're happy to be by ourselves. And this is definitely a self-fulfillment card. So, all right, let me catch up on chat and then we'll finish up with the 10 of Pentacles. Luxury, enjoying the spoils of your hard work, keeping the 6 of Pentacles for yourself, giving out the other 3 Pentacles to help others. Pentacle being money, time, and energy. Yes. Yes, Joe. Jail is not a good thing. Can also be a gilded cage. Yes. Hillary said, it's me in my garden full of things I've planted that have flowered. July on my bench with a cuppa. Oh, very nice. Yeah, definitely. Definitely that gilded jail, isolated. It can be. Yes. 3 times 3, also 3 plus 3 plus 3, the perfection of it. Mm-hmm. So still put up your thoughts about the 9 of Pentacles while we move into the 10 of Pentacles. And the 10s, as we've said before, are just living with things and living with the results, waiting for the next opportunity. And while you are all here, please don't forget to like and subscribe and ring the bell. Thank you for that. That lets YouTube know you like my content, lets me know you like my content, etc. So talking about the 10 of Pentacles, this is a feeling of permanence in your security. This is the card of tradition. It feels like to me. This is wealth and not just riches, but it's wealth, because it's a mixture of all of the things associated with pentacles for me. Um, the This is, I have in my notes, this is the family estate. This is where there are multiple generations here, and you're waiting for the next opportunity. You're looking for it. And legacy, family, ancestors, future ancestors, mortgages paid. Yes, Joe. For me, this is very much, yeah, legacy. Yeah, the card paid off. Legacy, money, 3 generations of family inheritance, generations. And yeah, experience of reading tarot for 10 plus years, money can't buy. You are absolutely right.
Antiquities.
Antiquities. And an appreciation of those antiquities, not just having them, but appreciating them, and I'll be honest with you, using them.
Yeah.
This is the why wait to get your grandmother's good china out just for a holiday. Get your grandmother's china out for snacks around the TV for a family dinner. April Tarot and Witchery said 10 of Pence, the embodiment of the lesson of the suit with a sense of ease. However, there is an undercurrent of passing away and the seed of dissatisfaction that spurs us toward creating anew. Yeah, that and I think that that seed of dissatisfaction is in all of the tens.
Yeah.
It's that we want to do something new. Rain said, I also intuitively see this as a negative cycle in families that you can break. I guess it's the RWS image of the old man left behind and the dogs comforting him. Okay. Oh, and April said, as if the fool winks at the ace. Yeah, it's that connection. It's the jump ring. The 10 are the jump rings for that next thing. Use the damn plate. Use the damn plates, people.
The 9 of Pentacles. I want to go back to that just for a brief moment, because if we're talking about your health, that's where you're seeing the results. Your cholesterol's down, your A1C is where it should be, your heart rate is better, your blood pressure's down.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the good words. And the 10 is, okay, what are we going to do next?
Yeah.
It's like, are we going to continue on this path? Are there things that we can change? It's the pre-planning card again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very much the pre-planning. Yeah. This is the Thanksgiving card for me. The generations come for the holidays. And I think it's anytime you have a family gathering, absolutely feels that way to me. I love this is the great thing about this is it's the cross-generational, it's the multi generation family, the multi influences. It's the grandparents supporting the grandbabies and reading to them, and the parents helping it's the the children helping the parents. So it's everything is in unison and in balance. So love and use those antiques. My mom always said. Donna says, I like your interpretation. Rain's kitchen and garden. Yes. Use the good china and family linen. Yep. Yep. Use the damn plates, people. Otherwise, why have them? Yeah. Intergenerational card. Yeah, it is for me. It's very much that this is when the 10 of Pentacles comes up for me. It depending upon where it falls in a spread, it could be that I need to honor my traditions and the habits that I have. It could also mean, is it time to create a new one and build off of those other ones, because times are different. And it is always for me a card when this shows up. My physical health, my security is in good shape. Joe's leaving. Bye, Joe. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I always remember my parents saying, the in-laws are coming over, hide the good silver. Unless you're like me and don't want to hand wash damn plates. Well, yeah. Well, that's how I wash plates. So, all right. Yes. And yeah, thank you, Joe. Great thoughts today. Any last minute thoughts, Jeffrey, on the 10?
No,
I love it.
just be happy and be thankful for what you got.
Yep.
Be in the moment.
Be in the moment and enjoy that. And this is the card for me when it shows up. It reminds me, like before a family gathering, and I'm going to see my nieces and nephews and my great nieces and nephews. I want to pay attention to them, and I want to enjoy the times. I want to focus on being there in the moment. April is cleaning and making pies for Thanksgiving. Perfect reminder. Yeah. Yeah, this was a fab class. Thank you, meeting Betsy Palmer. That's great.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here.
Yes, thank you all. And I appreciate you. I will be on with Longman Tarot on Dozen Cats Wellness tomorrow. And then I will be with Richie and Heather on Friday. And then on Monday, I am hosting readings on my channel with Deb and Kelly. So Gerald and Jeffrey, seriously, saying that I so appreciate these lessons. I'm really expanding my knowledge and learning so much. Led to everyone's perspective in the chat. Everyone's perspective in the chat is just keeps spurring me on, Rain. It's like completely incredible. And I think, Rain, if you ever want to come on and you want to ask me some questions, I'd love to have you as a guest for Tarot the Stash Way, # I have a question. So definitely let me know. Pentacles is my favorite suit, April said.
Mine too.
Really? Is it Jeffrey? So I love it. Calla Lucy said, Gerald and Jeffrey's voice, thank you for this. Yes, everyone. Yep. Yeah, the people in chat are always great. It's so good. So thank you very much. I'm looking forward to working on the next round of things for this. Kathy said, I've written down lots down. This was good stuff. Yep.
I've learned things. This is good.
I've learned things too. Isn't it great?
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Thank you all for your input because it's very valuable. Never doubt that for a minute. It's like,
oh yeah.
Yeah. I've learned some things. There's like, oh, that's an interesting thought on that. Yes.
Yeah, and that's why I keep writing things down. Lorraine said, thank you so much for another fantastic chat. Learning so much. Really loving them. Aren't you sweet? As soon as I get my 1900s internet issue settled, I will be starting live streams. Well, you let me know, and I'd love to have you on. Julie Kushia Watts was nit-lurking. So, Lori Kramer, this is a wonderful way to learn. You all are wonderful. Thanks, Gerald and Jeffrey's Voice, for hosting. Yes. Feels like tarot study hall. Yeah.
But in this one, you can talk.
Yes. Do you see what Kathy Tortoiseshell Moon put up, Jeffrey?
We need more of Jeffrey's voice. Well, it's all about timing, so.
It's all about timing, and when there's time,
yeah,
we'll do some more.
Here. Yep.
Yeah.
I love to be here.
Yeah.
I love being asked. I love interacting.
Yes.
Safely.
Yeah. Calla Lizzie said, more than one viewing is invaluable and free. It is free. Julie Kuchawat said, Tarot Study Hall would be a great name for a show. It really would. Maybe next time we can see Jeffrey's eyes. Probably not. He's not going to show his face.
They're olive green with gold flecks.
They're olive green with gold flecks. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thank you very much. Like and subscribe. That lets me know that you like what I'm doing and YouTube. So have a great rest of your week. Bye.
Bye.